The physics are pretty much identical.
I know that Generations 3DS runs on its engine, as well as the first 3DS Sonic Boom.
Okay, we should hopefully be coming back on now. Let's see.
That's why I was saying that they have the same physics problems. It is the same engine, and except 4 doesn't have the boost, which Rush was designed around.
Chat, are things good again?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh yeah, I guess you guys can answer too. Duh.
Yeah, I'm seeing the stream. It's showing a pause screen, but it'll catch up in a second.
Yeah, it should go again here in a second.
There we go.
Good stuff. By the way, this is actually my favorite level in Sonic Unleashed. I say as I mess it up, but you know.
No, you can't have a favorite level that isn't Rooftop God.
I actually really like the city level in this game.
The Empire City, I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Aren't all the levels basically city levels?
No,
they are
Generations. That's Generations.
Does this look like a city level to you?
It's Chinatown, obviously. This is the Freedom Planet level here.
But no, I
hope they actually make another real Sonic game after Fire and Ice.
No, they did. It's called Sonic Runners. It's on mobile. You should play that.
Game's not terrible. It's just not worth anyone's time.
Yeah, I actually downloaded it and played it for the first time before I got started here today. First impressions are that it has serious problems running on, like, even on the Nexus 7. Like, it's not unplayable, but, like, before everything happens, it pauses. Like, every time you collect a different item, it's like it pauses for just a second. Not even a second, but just a little.
Yeah.
To like, load the sound effect or something. It's not very well optimized at all.
For me, the loading times are...
It's like trying to play games in Dolphin.
It isn't.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
And it's got some serious bullshit. Like, you want...
I think you cut out there, at least for me.
Yeah, I don't hear him anymore.
It's got some serious bullshit.
He died. That's all you need.
I'm back.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
You were talking about the bullshit?
Serious bullshit.
Serious
like,
bullshit.
say you want to play as Amy. You have to get 10 friends on Facebook to play the game.
I know. I'm like, well, I'm never going to unlock Amy.
You want to get classic Sonic? You got to work your ass off to unlock spins and on the roulette, and then you have a 6% chance of getting him.
Yeah, I would love to have classic Sonic because I know, like, I noticed it's like only running until like July 19th, and after that you just can't get him anymore. But I don't know if I'm gonna get that.
You're right. That is indeed serious bullshit.
Yep.
For me, it takes way too long to load anything in that game. Loading times are suck.
Let's see, what stages have I not done? I know Adabat's the last one. I'm not playing these in any particular order, by the way, because I don't remember.
I don't realize how quick this game would be.
Well, I don't think you've done Empire City or Cool Edge yet.
Yeah, I haven't done Cool Edge. I haven't done this one. I'm not very good at this one, especially. Like, I got pretty good at it in the Generations mod, but I was never very good at it here, so I don't expect to be. The Bee-Dude, I think, wants me to play Runners as well, and I don't know how I could possibly set that up. I can run an Android emulator, but I don't think it would do it very well.
He says, the strange thing is that the
Probably not.
Canadian/JP release ran fine for me, but this one runs horribly on my S4. You know, that doesn't surprise me. I never heard any performance issues with Runners until the worldwide release came out, so I bet he's not the only one with that going on. That
is weird. What's the difference? By the way, in this stage, I hate how they put, like, these guys here. Like, because they blend into the background really terribly, and it's hard to see them coming. So I often lose all my momentum because of them.
And it's just so weird to have, like, human NPCs in the middle of a stage anyway.
Yeah, like,
save them for the
Sonic
adventure
barrel
phase.
through them and like kill them.
They're trying to avert the Quest X to win thing.
What's that?
Just put something in your way.
8:01 p.m.
Now that was inappropriately timed. Or is it actually 8:01 p.m. because that would be funny.
It actually is
It's
prototype.
801 for you, actually. It actually is 801 for you.
Okay, I retract my inappropriately timed statement. I could not have been more wrong.
Those guys are seriously in the way everywhere.
Yeah, I had that
That's
queued up.
something. I'm glad that's missing from the Unleashed mod for Generations.
The humans in the middle of the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked the Unleashed Humans designs. It's
Yeah, if you must have humans in a Sonic game, at least do it like that, yeah.
You know what I want? I want humans in a Sonic game that look like they would fit in the same universe as Eggman. Because Eggman already works with Sonic. Just keep that art style for consistency.
So they would all have pink
well, then
dust?
the Unleashed ones are what you're looking for.
You think so? I never really took the time to compare them, but...
In some ways. I mean, they're
It's just the
similarly
cartoony look of
surreal.
them. I
They're
think it
similarly
fits.
cartoony, but they have very, very different proportions. Eggman has a tiny head and a big body. These guys all have super tall heads.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's something that Shay went into a lot about in Spitball Part 2, if you've seen that. About how problematic it is having, like, all these like, I love that there's one part where he's talking about, like, all the different kinds of animals you have. Because you have, like, anthropomorphic talking animals like Sonic and Friends. You have...
And you have, like, normal animals.
Yeah, you have completely normal animals, like the whale that chases you in Emerald Coast. You have
And
the animals you rescue from Badniks, and they're all existing alongside of each other, and that's so bizarre when you... And I never thought of that before.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
Got Synchronizer Man talking shit about DuckTales.
He's just trying to give you something to talk about.
Dude.
Man.
Oh my god.
I am more familiar with DuckTales, the NES game, than I am with DuckTales, the TV show.
I am too.
But I really like that game.
That's completely appropriate because the video game is like the greatest thing that ever exists ever. The show
I
is
think I watched the
great.
DuckTales pilot, but that was about it.
The show is great, but you know, it is what it is. It's one of the best 80s, you know, kids cartoons, but it's still an 80s kids cartoon.
That's kind of how I feel about Saturday AM nowadays, honestly. Because like I know that like some people think like watch it now and hate it, but like taking into context that it was a licensed like it was a cartoon based on a video game in 1993. Like you compare it to that.
Oh my gosh, it's
At least
so
it
much
wasn't
better than the
Sonic
other 90s
Underground.
video game cartoons.
Yeah.
I would rather watch that versus Super Mario Brothers Super Show
for
any
sure,
day.
for sure.
Hey, at least it wasn't Sonic Underground.
That's just no good.
Oh my gosh.
I long
Oh,
for my
God,
children,
that
but I
show.
have to wait.
My brother is 11, and he was, I think, 9 when he first discovered Sonic Underground, and even he thought it was stupid.
A 9-year-old thinks it's stupid. Well, it is stupid. Why is Jaleel White playing all 3 main characters?
He thought it was stupid, and he's the biggest Sonic fan I know.
Well, I'm a little offended
I'm
by
probably
that.
the biggest Sonic fan you know. I've tortured my way through Secret Rings and Black Knight.
You've got that on
He
me.
saved up-
I never played Black Knight.
He saved up several allowances when he was just 9 to buy Sonic Genesis cartridges on eBay.
That
I
is
never
really
had an
awesome.
allowance when I was a kid.
Okay, somebody's talking shit about DuckTales Remastered.
Generation.
Kino, what are you saying is excessively mean since you're here in the Skype too?
Ouch. It's a bit hard to sometimes get in on the tiny little comments in the chat, so I'd rather just kind of
Oh, I
throw
see.
them in there sometimes.
God, I haven't played this in a while.
Oh, they're talking about Way Forward and DuckTales Remastered. Way Forward
Yeah.
is an interesting studio because the quality of their output I have found tends to go wildly back and forth. Like their Adventure Time games sucked, but I thought they
Yeah,
did a
the
great
Shantae
job with
series is
DuckTales
awesome.
Remastered, and the Shantae series is amazing.
Yeah.
And aren't they also
He's-
working on Mighty Number 9?
They might be involved with that.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of a game.
I can't
Yeah,
wait for
this-
that game. That game is looking better and better every time I see it.
Yeah.
No, they are
Looks
not
like
involved
Mega
with
Man.
Mighty Number 9.
Okay.
I thought they were. I guess not.
So, what are your guys' hopes and dreams for Shenmue 3?
The thing
Tank
about Mighty Number 9,
controls.
Go ahead.
Mighty
not
Number
run
9
out
is
of
being
money.
made by Intercreates, who works with WayForward a lot.
Okay.
My one hope for Shenmue 3 is that it doesn't have tank controls again.
I don't think it will, because the Xbox version of Shenmue 2, they fixed up the controls quite a bit.
They did?
Yeah. Like, you actually
I
run
need to
with the
play the
control stick.
Xbox version.
Yeah.
I only played the Dreamcast version when I was younger. I actually picked up a copy of the Xbox version recently.
Yeah, yeah. It's how much did you pay for that one, if you don't mind me asking?
The Xbox version?
Yeah.
$15.
That is really good for that. I was looking it up the other day because I was like, if Shenmue 3 is really happening, I really need to play those games again. I have
Watch my playthrough.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just realized you never changed the banner going across the game.
Oh yeah, because
This
I
is
said we were
Sonic
going to come up
06.
with another stretch goal, and then we never did.
How about stretch
I'm just
goals?
worried with Shenmue 3 they don't run out of money like Double Fine did.
That would be horrible for everyone involved.
Well,
I'm worried Ukulele's going to run out of money in the same way.
well, the Shenmue 3 thing is kind of a special occasion since, well, the whole crowdfunding thing for it is kind of fucked up when you think about it, because like the 2 million or whatever the fuck they're asking is a really small amount of money for that kind of a game, and it's only
It's not
to
going to be all their funding. They're getting a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
funding
true.
from other sources.
That's true.
Yeah,
They're
same with
creating
ukulele.
funding from like Sony, but it seems to me like incredibly fucked up that they let the guy to go on stage on E3 to basically beg for the audience for money.
I do
When-
hate when people do that. When you have an audience of any kind, and you're like, you guys should give me money. Like, it's just obnoxious. Shut up.
Yeah, but it's not even
By the way,
like
feel
from
free to donate, guys.
I'm glad you
If it was any
understand
other
why I
game
said
other
that.
than Shenmue 3, I don't think it would have been as well received.
Yeah, it's fucked up, especially when you think about it like this, that Sony basically said to these guys, yeah, we're gonna fund your game if you get this completely random amount of money
Well, we
from
don't
just
know.
common people first.
We don't know what. For one thing, VK, I'm amazed that you're talking about any game besides DuckTales. I don't know if I've ever heard this happen.
Well, I mean, if it had ducks in it, I'd probably buy it.
Shenmue 3 I can definitely see it having ducks in it, honestly.
Okay, it's on my list then.
Well, on that topic, have you played Duck Game?
From what I've heard, Sony isn't actually contributing that much to the development side of things. They're gonna contribute to get it published, which means they're gonna probably handle like packaging and maybe some QA, but I doubt they're gonna be heavily involved in the development. So the Kickstarter is really the majority fund, from what I've heard.
I'm
What?
surprised
But
that
the Kickstarter
Sega
was
has
like
nothing
2
to do
million.
with this.
I'm kind of not, just given the state of Sega, but it is disappointing.
Sega doesn't believe in it. I mean, I could see Atlas doing it.
But isn't the Kickstarter goal, wasn't it like $2 million or something?
Dog,
They knew they were going to get more than that.
Well,
The
well,
original
yeah, but what
Shenmue
if they
was
didn't?
70.
What if they didn't? What if they had to actually develop fucking Shenmue 3 with like $2 million?
Doc Keyhod
Then it would
says
still
that he
cost
hopes,
less than the original.
Doc Keyhod in the chat says that he hopes that Shenmue 3 is as bad as the old ones, and I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to read what he said after that, though.
Here's the
Well,
thing, even
Shenmue
if
1
they...
was a bit... I'm playing through Shenmue 1 right now, and it's become quite the chore, trying to deal with mostly the controls, and there's pretty much I can play aside from your notebook, and it's pretty vague on what you're supposed to do to actually progress the story.
I think it's one of those games you really have to put in context. You know what I mean? Especially if you didn't originally,
is.
if you didn't originally play it like in around 99 2000, then like I completely understand why it looked, because everything that it tried to do, so many other games have come along since then and done it better.
Almost everything.
Well,
There's one thing that Shenmue still has that other games don't, and that's the fact that you can interact with everything. Every drawer, every cabinet.
yeah.
It really makes the world feel alive, even though there's not actually that many different things you can do.
And I agree with that. I just question how necessary that is, like, from a game mechanic standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason that Shenmue is a niche game, and Grand Theft Auto 3 was a revolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They kind of did similar things in very different ways.
Now, to answer what VK Mize was saying earlier, if they only got $2 million, I still think they could make a pretty decent game off of that, and that's mainly because a large part of the original's expense was in engine development.
Mm-hmm. That game was in development since like 1993, 94.
So not only aren't they wasting money developing for Saturn to move it to another system, but they've got middleware.
Was there actually going to be a Saturn game?
Unreal.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think at the end of Shenmue 2, I think there's like a video that you get that shows the in development Saturn version of Shenmue, and it actually looks fucking awesome
Josh,
for a Saturn game. Yeah.
If you don't actually want to play Shenmue 1 and you find a complete copy of Shenmue 2 on Xbox, it comes with Shenmue the movie, which is like all the cutscenes put together.
One time, when I was in high school, I had like a computer class. I don't remember what exactly we were supposed to be doing, because all we actually did was sit around and play on the internet. But one time, I somehow convinced the teacher of that class to let me show Shenmue the movie on the projector. So
really,
it worked.
Yeah, and it worked. and nobody cared for it. Nobody was paying any attention, but I was still proud of myself.
Yeah, you were one of those assholes who like forced everyone to watch Shenmue the movie, and everyone hated you.
Yep.
Well, I like Shenmue.
Oh no,
I enjoy it.
In spite of me saying like I don't know if that's mechanically necessary earlier, yeah, I love Shenmue. I really enjoyed it at the time, and I'm looking forward to going back and playing it again.
You know what I want
my
out of
playthrough.
Shenmue 3?
What's that?
I want it to be in first person and have Oculus Rift support.
Now that would be something.
I think that
it's going to be on PS4, so it's going to have that other thing.
Morpheus.
What's
So
Sony's VR thing?
Morpheus.
Project Morpheus.
So it'll have that on PS4 and Oculus on PC. The thing is, I feel like that sort of small but open world with interacting with every little thing, I think that would be a perfect fit for VR.
I know that's the last stage I need to do.
Shenmue's kind of a really big game.
It's big, but the
especially
world
if they plan on remaking all the areas from the original.
I doubt they're going to do that. The third chapter, or whatever chapter he's on for Shenmue 3, is going to be set somewhere else.
Well, he's talked about... I'm a little bit worried, actually, because I was like, okay, finally, after all this time, like, he's going to finally resolve the story, you know? But he's talking about, no, I want there to be, like, a Shenmue 4 and 5 and 6. I'm like, oh, God.
Well, do any of you remember Shenmue Online?
Yes! Oh, my God. That trailer with Ryo and Lon D throwing Kamehamehas at each other.
That was so ridiculous.
Oh, the Mega 64 one?
No. This was a real thing.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Oh god, I died. Yeah, there was gonna be I think it was probably a Korean MMO in like 2005 or so, called.
Oh
Shenmue
yeah, I read a little bit about that.
And it was never.
It actually existed at one point. It was up and running.
I didn't think it was ever released.
Well, it lasted like a month, but then nobody gave a shit about it.
Huh. Well, in any case, the one thing that I've ever seen about it is like the reveal trailer, where Ryo and Lon D throw like Kamehameha-like energy attacks at each other. It's completely ridiculous.
I hope that Shenmue 3 that's released is actually based on the Mega 64 sketch.
Do you want to play a game of Lucky Hit?
I want to drive a forklift across the entire United States.
I'm sorry about this, guys. I apparently suck at this stage in Unleashed. And I can't quit triggering that glitch. That's another problem.
Definitive Dubs is asking to please come in next when someone leaves.
That's fine by me, I suppose, yeah. After this, we've still got Colors and Generations, so the worst is over.
What about Lost World? It's on your list.
Oh god, no, I completely forgot about that.
I bet you're wishing you'd done
Are you ever going to get the Omoshao edition?
Yeah, I do need to do that too, since we've talked about it
Wait.
so much.
So DuckTales after this,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, DuckTales is after
Yeah, because
that.
I want to
Yeah,
see your
DuckTales
reaction
fucking
to the
God.
Omochao
Oh,
edition.
when is Shuffle?
Why did I let you on here?
The Sonic Shuffle jokes are going to continue forever.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, because I definitely want to see your reaction to Omochao edition.
Oh my
Because
god, this one will be
it's going to be
perfect.
glorious.
Well, I can kind of guess what it is if it's anything like the Sonic 1 Omochao edition.
It's not.
It's not,
Okay.
but I absolutely love that.
Okay.
Not, huh?
Also, I am gonna have to download
No,
it, so
it's-
if one of you guys could like
It's
get
very different.
if you could get a direct download
I will
link ready for
I will
me.
like find a direct download link. Yeah, I'll get one for you, so you don't have to see any spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I don't want to go searching for it and be spoiled.
I remember seeing G-Wolf play Omochao Edition for Sonic 1, and his reactions were extraordinary. He just got extremely angry at every time he touched anything. Kind of had no idea what he was doing.
Okay, here's a good topic of conversation. What are your guys' reaction to the people who call Unleashed and Onward, I guess until Lost World, boost to win?
I highly disagree.
Anyone?
I can kind of see
I
what
like
they
how
mean.
Mario to Plumber calls it Hentai Unleashed for some reason.
Oh god.
He calls everything that. That's just his thing.
I think the boost to win claims are kind of ridiculous because I mean, yeah, there's a lot of boost, and you do go through enemies with boosting,
Yeah.
but you still have to pay attention because if you boost without collecting rings, or if you try to avoid enemies or whatever, you're going to run out of boost. And if you don't have boost in the right places, you can find yourself falling off of cliffs and stuff. There's still challenge to it. It's just not the same challenge as classic Sonic.
Exactly, and I feel like that's where most of it comes from. Because I see so often people like, well, this can't be any good because it's not exactly like classic Sonic, you know? Like, they don't say that exactly, but I often feel that's where people are coming from. Like, if it's even an iota different from classic
Okay,
Sonic,
I'm trying
then
to find it here.
it cannot be any good.
The Synchronizer Man also points out in the chat that the ranking system is challenging.
That's for sure.
That depends on which game.
It is
in
in
Generations, it's easy.
Yeah, it's way
Okay,
too easy.
I've got a MediaFire link. I'm gonna post it in the Skype chat.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna include install directions.
Oh, I know how to
But
install
I think
Generations mods. I'm fine
the only
with
thing you'll have to worry about that one is make sure you have Omochao enabled when you play it, and then you have to play Green Hill Zone Act 2.
that. Okay. Okay, that is. Remind me to do that when I try it later because I always turn like the first thing I did when I got Unleashed or Generations rather was turn Omochao off and turn like the hint system off. 'Cause I'm like, I don't need this crap.
I'm trying to
Then
get
you
on
try to-
every challenge. in
When you did that,
Generations.
did you try to homing attack with the X button?
No, because I'd played the demo so much. And because
Oh god,
played
I
Colors
love
by
the
that point.
demo. Do any of you know who Jack the Infinite 101 is?
I don't think so.
No.
He was one of the first people who managed to hack the demo and unlock Act 2 in it when the first demo came out.
Me and
He dug through the source code and even got his videos removed because he was the first person to leak the Supersonics in the game.
what's the name? One more time.
Jack the Infinite 101. He's
think-
pretty inactive these days,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
think I had like a gigantic Google chat with him going on back in those days because me and him were both trying to figure out how to do that at the same time. Like we'd seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody on Retro did it, and a couple. I think more than one person did it. But like we were like nobody was posting any guides on how to do it.
Did you just die from water?
Probably. I'm not sure. I'm not paying that much
I
attention.
did not know it
honestly.
could do that.
Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, but yeah, like, since I knew it was possible, and since I wanted to see what Modern Sonic was going to be like so bad, I spent, like, 2 straight days figuring out how to hack my PS3, that was the easy part, getting an FTP server on it, and, like, just by trial and error, figuring out what I needed to change about the demo in order to enable that. And I eventually did it, so by the time the game came out, I had played Green Hill Zone just over and over and over and over again.
Ah, PS3 hacking. That was so much easier back then than it is now.
Yeah, I have no idea what you do now.
Well, yeah, back when you can install a new operating system on the thing.
Yeah. Well, no, didn't Sony let you do that like out of the box anyway? But then they disabled that.
No,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Because I remember there was a big controversy when they said they wouldn't let you put Linux on it anymore.
Yeah, but back then it was, even after they took Linux off, it was still pretty easy to put on a custom firmware. It was really easy, and now they've changed that. They've put extra security in place.
Yeah, I was surprised that they were able to like, because usually once something is busted open
Retroactively add that.
well, yeah, once something is busted open that bad, it's hard to get it like locked down again.
Closed
Well, and
off.
it's not fully locked down. The thing is, some of those locks they added were in firmware,
Yeah.
and you needed the firmware updates if you wanted to play
You
online.
just find
So
an
a
old
lot of
PS3, it's easy.
Yeah. Like when the Wii got hacked, Nintendo's response was pretty much just, okay, there's nothing we can do about that. Like even VWii, even on the Wii U, the Wii mode is could be hacked the exact same way. With the
well, and that's
go ahead.
I mean, my Wii's
That's
hacked, and I'm
partly-
not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
That's partly due to some, frankly, incompetent design in the way the Wii does things. Any other company could have prevented that, but Nintendo had no experience in that.
Let's
That
see.
sounds like
Catching
Nintendo.
up on the chat, I see Green Eyes. They were talking about the ranking system and boost to win. And that frame rate, yeah, I forgot how bad the frame rate was, especially in Atabat, in Unleashed.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the frame
Just
rate,
play
too.
the Unleashed mod instead.
Yeah, and I probably will from now on. I thought this year anyway, I'd go back to the original Unleashed just to try it out, just to see what it was like. But yeah, I think I've played all the stages in Unleashed now. The day stages, of course. I mean, like the main stages. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you need to do.
What's that?
The night stages. Let's go.
Looks like Definitive Dub's left. Probably getting impatient to get back on the chat.
Aw, did he?
Yeah, deep.
That's too bad. I would have been fine.
No
with
donkey.
I would have been fine with him coming back pretty soon. Okay then. All
Oh,
right.
he's back in. Probably just lost connection.
Eggman Land. I demand it. No, I'd have to play the Werehog. I'm not doing that. You know, everyone always complained like Eggman Land is so horrible and bad, and I hate it. I only played it the one time just to get through it, but I was like, this isn't that bad. This is fine.
You know what's horrible about it? Trying to do the hot dog challenge on that one.
I never did the hot dog challenge. I don't even know what that is.
They're like time trials in this game. And the one in Eggman Land is ridiculous.
Let's see, we're gonna be switching here soon.
Well, when I said I wouldn't be able to make it through this game, I didn't realize just how short it was going to be because I was too used to Sonic 06.
Yeah,
Well, and this game is especially short if you only do the daytime stages.
yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about earlier.
I'm currently trying to do all of the challenges and generations again in S-Rank. The ones that involve like other characters are the worst, especially the Amy one.
I hate
like-
I kind of don't like the Espio one.
You have to time your like Y presses perfectly to bounce off the ground as with Amy, and it's just awful.
You know, I never had too much trouble with any of the challenges and generations except for one, and that was the Rouge one because I was playing on the PC version,
Okay,
and it kept crashing.
I'm gonna need to restart the stream again since I switched.
That reminds me. Question for you guys.
Hang
The,
hold the question. I gotta
PC
restart the
version
stream.
of Sonic Generations, I get a very specific glitch. When I play Speed Highway Act